Sorry, I'm gonna talk a little bit.
Can I go more?
No. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for all your love on our news and on our last video. And thank you for sending all the questions through. We got a lot, so we're gonna try and answer as many as possible, but we don't also want to make it too long of a video. Let's start with just a few quick general questions. First question we got is, where are you from? So I'm from Belgium.
I'm from Mentawai. I'm from here.
Next question. So everyone also seems to wonder how old we are. So I'm 32.
I'm 32. 33.
Yeah, well, Anne is turning 33 in a few weeks, and I turned 32 a few weeks ago. I was born on 21st of June, and he was born on the 8th of August. I know, I look older, but that's just because I'm from Belgium and he's from here, and Asian skin just likes the sun a lot more than mine does. Yeah, so please no more questions about that one. And then also, we've also been asked how long we've been together and how long we've been married. And we have been together 8 years, I think. More than 8 years. And we've been married for a little bit more than 3 years. Yes, right?
I never counted, but feel like it.
One more question was, are you guys the only ones living on the island? And no, we are not. The island is actually quite big, let's say. Like, I think it's around 5 kilometers in diameter. And so there are people here that they have like gardens here. There's no villages here. There's no roads, there's no shops, things like that. But there are like coconut gardens, people have banana gardens, people come for fishing, things like that. But there's not many people that live here permanently. And then there's also some people who have like the surf camps and surf resorts. So there's like a few spread around over the island as well. Okay, next question. Did Anne already visit Belgium and what did he think about it?
Saya sudah pergi ke Belgium 2 times. Pertama 2 bulan setengah ya.
No, pertama 1 bulan setengah.
Oh sorry, 1 bulan setengah. Kedua baru 3 bulan.
Iya.
Feel great. Bagus.
Iya.
Kampungnya bagus. Bangunannya bagus, jalannya bagus, orangnya bagus semua.
Ada yang bagus, ada yang kurang bagus.
Ada yang kurang bagus ya, biasa lah.
Ada bagus, cuman beda sedikit culture-nya ya.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but every time you have been, it's always been winter, so he's never been in summer. Yeah. But actually, you're really good with the cold. I think he's better with the cold now than I am. So yeah, alright, now on to the baby and the pregnancy questions. First question. Do you already have some baby names? Have you thought about names? So, well, we both have a little bit different approach to this. I've had a list of baby names in my phone for a while. A few years at least. And then sometimes I add something to it, sometimes I take something away from it. But now it's very weird, like I feel like none of those names fit. So it's I find it very difficult. And then, you want to share what's your kind of philosophy about the names?
Biasanya tidak langsung kami cari namanya. Biasanya kalau sudah lahir di bumi ini, baru kita cari namanya. Karena kalau kita percaya orang pregnant, orang hamil, kita percaya kalau kita langsung kasih namanya itu kebalikan. Tapi beneran jangan kebalikan dari kita tidak punya nama lagi.
It's like the wrong way around.
Yeah, kind of like bad spirit.
You don't want to, like, you would jinx it, kind of, sort of like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a plan. We have a lot of plan, but never.
Yeah.
Never the right plan.
Yeah, so that's the way people do it here, mostly. Yeah. That really resonates with me, but for me, I like to have like some options, and then when the baby is born, then we like see like, oh, that fits or that doesn't fit. We probably will only decide on one once the baby is born, I think. Yeah. And then also about the names, then of course you're gonna wonder, are you having a boy or a girl? Are you gonna find out the gender? And the answer is no. We are waiting until the birth to keep it a surprise. I feel like we don't mind either way, and so we don't really have the need to find out. It kind of makes it like more exciting somehow. Are there some ways to predict the gender from the Mentawai culture?
Kalau saya percaya itu dari orang hamil, dia kurus, dia gemuk, itu kita bisa tahu.
Ya, kalau kurus apa?
Kalau dia kurus, mamanya berarti anaknya boy.
Cowok, yeah.
Cowok. Kalau gemuk itu cewek
Yeah.
atau orang.
Yeah. There's a few, yeah. And they also say that like if you want to feel like the need to like put like makeup on and like make yourself nice, that it's a girl as well, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. There's some old wife stills here as well. Yeah. I have a feeling it's a girl. What is you feeling? What is you feeling?
I'm feeling he's the human.
Okay.
No the dog, no the cat, no the cow. He's a human. Okay lah.
Uh-huh. Right. Next question is very nice. Someone asked how I've been feeling, where I'm getting my prenatal care, and like where do I go for checkups and stuff like that. So first of all, I've been feeling really good. Been really.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, been feeling really good. Physically, like really very little complaints. I was a little bit nauseous in the first few months, but that has passed now. I have a lot of energy. I don't have any back pain or any pains or aches or anything like that. I can still do basically everything I want to do. The only thing is that yeah, sometimes I get a little bit emotional without a reason. And also I've been really bummed mainly about the thing what happened with my finger, because now I can't go in the water, and that was something I was really looking forward to be able to swim a lot and still go surf for as long as possible. And yeah, now I can't, and then I'm scared that by the time I can go in the water again, maybe I can't anymore, and that just has been making me a little bit sad. And yeah, sometimes I get a little bit emotional or something, but besides that, I've been feeling really good. And then about the prenatal care, so I actually went on a short trip to Belgium last month, and I saw my gynecologist and my midwife there, and then we just went last week. We went to the mainland to do like the anatomy scan, and everything was good. Everything was great. But from now until for the next 2 months, we're not gonna be going anywhere. We're not gonna get any ultrasounds or anything. Like I feel really good. Everything was good, and honestly, it's such a mission to go to the mainland. What I might do though, because I was talking with my sister-in-law, with the wife of his brother. Like she's from here and she has 2 kids, and here it's people normally get followed up by a midwife. Here in Mentawai also most people give birth at home, and so they get followed up by a midwife once a month. So I might do that. I'm just also really curious kind of what the midwives here do, and I think they have quite a lot of knowledge actually, because they don't have any tools or any, well, they have tools but they don't have any of like the medical technical things to like back them up. So yeah, I'd be curious about that. Maybe I film a little bit if I decide to go. And then yes, I think this was the most asked question, is where are you gonna give birth? So I already knew actually from the start of when we were together that if we ever gonna have kids, like I'm happy to live here, but if we have kids, I want to go to Belgium for the birth. And it has nothing to do with any like medical reasons really. I mean, I'm also very lucky now that everything's been going great, but like it's not about the medical stuff. I think there's probably fine also here, but I feel like we spend so much time here, and like I've had to miss on so many moments with my family, and they've had to miss out on so many moments like with me, and I really want to share this with them. And here we share a lot of moments with friends and family here anyways, so I really want to like share that with them and be close to them at the time of birth and like a few months after that. And then also the thing is, here everyone does home birth, but our home is like even more remote than the people, because everyone here, like people won't give birth on the island, they will give birth in the village, but our home is here on the island, on the small island, like there's a bigger island where the villages are. And so we would have to go to the mainland, to Padang, and I cannot imagine that we would have to stay there for like 1 month or longer, because you would have to go a few weeks before your due date, stay there till a few weeks after, and like that would be so boring. Can you imagine having to stay in Padang for like 2 months or something? No. No, exactly not. Like, and then in Padang we won't have anyone. Like, yeah, friends and family could come over, but yeah, no. I just feel more comfortable in Belgium, and then so we plan to go for 3 months in total to Belgium. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. It will be again in winter, so you will be there again in winter. Okay, then someone asked, yeah, have you already thought about birth? How are you preparing for that? Do you consider a home birth? And yes to all of it. So I actually been listening to podcasts from midwives for, I don't know, more than 1 year, 1 or 2 years now, just because I find it very interesting. Some of my favorite podcasts are the Great Birth Rebellion, which is an Australian midwife who does it, and then Buikgewoel, which is a Belgian midwife who made this podcast. And so since I've been listening to those two for such a long time already, I really like kind of the information they give and the way they give it. They do it very like fact-based, give all the information without judging or anything, which is something that I really like. And so the Belgian midwife from Buikgewoel, she actually has a birth course. I knew that like as soon as I'm pregnant, I'm gonna buy her course for sure. So I bought her course. I was so happy with my new course and I couldn't wait to get started on it. But it turns out all the videos on the online course platform are through Vimeo, and Vimeo isn't available in Indonesia. So I figured I need a VPN to be able to watch the course. I'm now using Surfshark VPN, and I'm really excited to tell you as well that they're the sponsor of today's video. Surfshark not only allows me to change my virtual location to anywhere in the world, so I can watch my birth course, but also sometimes binge on some Belgian reality TV when I'm feeling a little bit homesick. It also ensures our online security and privacy. We obviously share a big part of our lives here on YouTube with all of you, but there's still some information that we'd rather keep private. And we're happy that Surfshark can make sure that some of our personal information and important data doesn't get leaked or stolen by hackers on the internet. Plus, I also really like that it's super easy to use on my laptop, but like also on my phone. I also can use it on his phone, so he can watch like American shows, things like that. And then there's a lot of other like cool features. One of them that I really like to use is Surfshark Search, where Surfshark makes sure that your searches aren't tracked. And I always turn this one on when I'm looking for flights, trying to like plan a trip and figure out dates and stuff like that. Because yeah, usually I have to think ahead, plan things, but I don't always book flights straight away when I start to plan. And I've noticed that when I look it up once and then maybe a few weeks later I'll return to it, the prices would have gone up. So now it's really nice because it doesn't track the search, and so I don't have that anymore. If you also need a good VPN, go to surfshark.com/islandlife or use our code islandlife in capitals at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Or you can also scan the QR code on the screen, I'll put it somewhere. They also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can take your time to try it out and see if you like it. Thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back to some more questions.
Still more?
Yeah. Someone is interested to know more about like Mentawai birth culture versus Belgian birth culture and like pregnancy, things like that.
Well, what I know, if the woman get birth, yes. Well, the husband have to be careful more. Take care of the baby, take care of the wife. Banyak kekinya, banyak pantangannya.
Yeah.
Seperti saya kan, bojo-bojo tidak bisa memaku, tidak bisa membersihkan perut babi atau ayam, tidak bisa matikan ayam, cannot bersihkan perut ikan.
Those are some of the things that he's not allowed to do. That's a big part of like the pregnancy culture here.
Yeah.
I would say.
Tidak bisa mengikat.
Yeah. I think those are the most important rules, let's say, and most people here follow that. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And then because I think also here, people they just follow nature more. There's a lot less interventions, because as I said before, almost everyone just stays home, gives birth at home. Not a lot of people go to hospital unless really, really necessary. So yeah, they try to do other things to like kind of control or like have peace of mind, let's say. Okay, next question. Is there a certain traditional ceremony or anything like that for after when the baby is born? And will you do that?
Ana pesta na. Oh, seperti membaptis.
Yeah.
Pokoknya ada aku sekere atau kau iki warai getib nak soal nak penting sekere atau biasanya kalau tahu sendiri bisa.
Yeah, so there's like it's like a traditional ceremony for babies. They do it like I don't know
Water.
before they become one. Yeah, usually before the first birthday, right?
Mhm.
Something like that. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like with flowers and plants, and then usually there's an offer of a like a chicken usually maybe pig, but
Yeah.
depends. So yeah, I think we will do that probably. Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Of course.
All right. Next question: what language do we speak together when the camera isn't rolling? So we speak like a mix of English and Indonesian, I would say. Like sometimes, yeah, we make a little bit of our own
Mentawai.
language, yeah, with some Mentawai words. It depends a little bit on the topic we're talking about, but a mix of English and Indonesian with a little bit of Mentawai. And then also there was a lot of questions also about like which language will we raise the baby in, things like that. And well, I think I will speak Dutch, which is my mother language. And you, which language you want to speak?
My father language.
Which is
Your
Mentawai.
mother language is my father language.
Yeah, this so you is Mentawai language.
Mentawai language.
Yeah, and also Indonesian. I mean, like, yeah, it will for sure also speak in like people will also speak Indonesian or to it. People around here, so we hope to have it in Dutch, Mentawai, and Indonesian. And then I feel like English, it's okay. They can pick it up. Yeah, we're not really too stressed about it. I'm sure it will work out. We have some friends that have kids that are like from mixed marriages also, and it's just amazing to see how kids are so much smarter than we think. Like they will pick it up. I'm sure of it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, next question is an interesting one. Do you feel you will continue to document your life when the baby arrives? So, well, it's hard to say now, but I think yes. The thing is also that we like it might not look like that to you, but we only film like small parts of our lives. First of all, because we only post twice a month, not once a week. So we don't have the camera rolling every day, all day, not at all. So there's definitely things that we keep private, and that way it keeps it fun as well for us, and we still enjoy it a lot. And plus, it's also our main source of income, so yeah, I think we will continue. There might be some gaps here and there because, yeah, we don't know yet how it's gonna go. Let's see. I'll have to find time to edit between naps and feedings and I don't know what. Next up, do you think you will have a hard time with current island conditions with the baby? How will you constantly buy diapers and baby supplies and things like that? I don't think so. I mean, there's definitely gonna be challenges for sure, 100%. But I think it's a really nice environment for kids to grow up. Like you grew up in this kind of environment, and it was very nice, yeah. And then for baby supplies, we're pretty minimalist, and like we're actually planning to do something called elimination communication, which is kind of like not put a diaper on them and like read their signals and bring them to the toilet. That way we'll just use way less diapers. We have a good friend of ours who did that here, and it worked great. The good thing is here also you don't need a lot of clothes. You don't need like so yeah, we're gonna try that. If any of you has any experience with that, let us know. There was also some questions about like, are there other kids around? Are there other kids in the village? So as I said, there's no village on this island, but there is like villages on the big island, and there's lots and lots of kids around. Everyone here also loves kids, but there are some kids on this island as well. Like people when they come to their garden, like when the kids are small, they just bring the kids. Then there's like a friend of us who lives like not so far from here. He has a little kid. There's other friends that live on another small island, but they have a kid. And then yeah, your family also. So yeah, I think there'll be other kids around. Next question is, how do your families feel about the baby? Well, how does your family feel about the baby?
Well, exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Same for mine as well. And then someone also asked like, how did you share the news? Well, that was actually quite funny because so we had the plan this year to walk from like on the big island. His brother lives on the east coast, but his sister lives on the west coast of the big island. And there's no roads. And we had the plan that we wanted to walk through the rainforest from the east to the west side. So from his brothers to his sisters. And we had told his sister, she knew that we wanted to come, but yeah, we hadn't made concrete plans yet. And then we found out I was pregnant. So we're like, well, maybe this is not the time because it's, yeah. But she called, and then And then she was like, so when are you guys gonna come? And then it was, we had just found out I was pregnant. Maybe it was like a few weeks. And so Aunt told her, like, cause she was like, why are you not coming? And so Aunt told her that because I was pregnant, and of course she understood, and then she was very happy. And then we told her, but don't tell anyone else yet.
And then they tell everyone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then 2 days later, his other brother called, and I picked up, and he's like, "Ah, Marjolein, how are you going? How are you? Everything good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all good." And then he's like, "Oh, I dreamed about you last night." I'm like, "Okay." And then he said, I saw in my dream, I saw you guys with a little baby." So he obviously knew because his sister had called, yeah, the whole family. So yeah, that was quite funny. And then I also, well, because they knew, then I was gonna plan on telling my sister and my dad as well, but yeah, because they knew. Anne kept asking me like, "Did you already tell them? Did you already tell them?" So me and my sister and my dad, we try to do like a group call once a week, but it's usually my sister like setting it all up and like making sure, well, like what day we do it, what time, things like that. But then so this time I was like the one texting them like, so when should we call this week? And so we set a day and a time, and then I told them, and my sister was like, I knew it, otherwise you would never ask to call. Because she's always the one asking like, what day are we calling? Yeah, so that was pretty funny. Yeah, and my dad also, he like straight away told his friends and everyone, and then yeah, it's just funny and really nice. I really like it. I like it when people get excited and that they even, I don't mind when they go telling other people, because for me it just means that they want to share in the excitement and in the happiness. So it's really nice. Okay, and someone else says, Anne's craftsmanship is beautiful. Is he gonna make a baby bed? Are you gonna make a baby bed?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So we're first gonna make our bed. Yeah, here everyone just sleeps together until the kids are quite old actually. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. How will you baby proof things or your life? And well, maybe you guys are thinking we're crazy because we're so chill with everything, but also here, like, kids are just part of life and they just come, and people don't go crazy making adjustments for the baby. Like, everyone loves babies and takes really good care of them and watches after their safety, but like, we're not gonna change our whole house. Um, a big thing, like, that's also a big difference. Someone also asked about, like, that's a big difference I see in like kind of child upbringing, is that here people, they just hold the baby a lot until they're old enough and like strong enough to do things by themselves. They'll just hold them. As in the Western world, it's like tummy time and sitting, and you have to sit at this age and you have to crawl then. And so yeah, that's what difference. I'm not sure if there's one that's better than the other. I think both is good, because I do think that babies, they need like that closeness and that like attachment. But I also understand it's nice if the baby can sit by themselves. And then someone asked a really nice question actually. Someone asked, is there anywhere people could send baby gifts, or do you have a wish list that people can help you get? Which is so nice. So first of all, like, already your biggest support is watching the videos, commenting, liking. That's already super nice if you do that. So in terms of baby items, we're gonna keep it simple. We're very minimalist. And like out here, having a lot of stuff just means having more stuff to clean. And we will have other big costs, like, like plane tickets, stuff like that. But if for those of you who really would like to support, in Belgium it's a tradition that once a baby is born, you send out a little baby announcement card to all your friends and family. And on there's usually like a link to the baby registry. So if any of you would like to receive this card, and then the link to the baby registry, I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can leave your name and email address, and then we'll send you the little card once the baby is born. And then yeah, if you want to support us that way, that would be really nice, but you really don't have to. Please don't feel like you have to. Okay, last question. How about school? So will you homeschool? Will you send it to school? What do you think?
Mau sekolah. Terserah kita lah.
Yeah, well, I would be open to homeschool.
Yeah.
And then maybe some like other activities in the village, like can play sports,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's
like-
no. This is no old style anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can learn some Mentawai school with Anne.
Iya.
Yeah.
Betul lah.
Yeah, like school is definitely important, but I feel also, especially living out here, there's also other skills that are really important. So there's things that I'm gonna be able to teach, and then there's things that you're gonna be able to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
50-50.
exactly. All right, I think that's it.
Okay, that's it lah.
I hope you got a bit of a general idea about how birth is here, how pregnancy is, how we're viewing things. And yeah, excited to share the rest of this journey with you.
Masura bakata sabeu ga saraina si makere su tulu.
See you next time.
See you next time. Itakam.
Take care.
Itakam.